Welcome to Tuesday's Market. SITREP here at Top Gun Options. My name is Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Whiz. I'm the Chief Option Strategist here at TGO. And folks, we had a really good primary live trade brief this morning from about 10 to 11:30. If you're not a member, you almost need to join just to watch this hour-and-a-half session, folks, just because we talked about getting long volatility, getting long SPX, S&P 500 puts, because this is it really does appear to be the end of days, and the market's just whistling past the graveyard here. Real quick, though, I'm still waiting for some sort of apparently liberal or Democrat to tell me what specific gun law would have prevented the Vegas tragedy. Obviously, none of them. I'm pretty sure firing fully automatic weapons out of a hotel room in Las Vegas is currently illegal, but maybe if we make it more illegal, it will, it'll make it that not happen. Criminals aren't called criminals, or mentally deranged folks aren't called mentally deranged because they follow the law. What special kind of stupid are you if you don't understand that? The FBI director came out and said this the other day, October 2nd. Terrorist drones are coming here imminently, and when the government tells you it's imminent, it means it's already happening. So, and just a not so subtle reminder that North Korea has just about or not only every banned weapon, chemical weapon and bioweapon since World War II, they've probably made up their own, whether it's anthrax, mustard gas, Ebola. Imagine, being at a football game, because, you love those guys, or an outdoor concert, and a bunch of drones just start flying over spraying stuff. Should we ban? Because you're never going to get guns, so you ain't going to get my gun. I don't care. I would become a criminal at that point. If you pass a law saying turn in all your guns, that ain't happening. So I would become a criminal. But it's funny because people, what are we going to do now? I love how all the liberals who in the past couple weeks have found freedom of speech absolute and holy crap and take a knee, and unless you're a conservative on a college campus and then you're physically assaulted for your speech, but I digress. They suddenly found the First Amendment is absolute and football players but when it comes to the Second Amendment, which was designed to protect the First, if you think about the order of our amendments, they suddenly him and haw and this and that and all sorts of other stuff. So since drones haven't been weaponized yet, should we ban all drones? Tell that to Jeff Bezos at Amazon. You're going to order a pair of socks and it'll show up in 15 minutes delivered by a drone from an aircraft carrier warehouse in the sky. What do we do, folks? Do we ban drones before they start being used to kill people? The city of Nice, France. I might have missed it in the news. They haven't banned trucks. Remember that Islamic piece of shit dude in a whatever size truck just mows over 86 people, killed more than the people in Vegas, folks. Do we ban trucks? The guys jumping out of vans in London with knives and samurai swords, slicing people's heads off or stabbing them. Ban knives. And don't give me this argument that trucks' primary use is not to kill. Guns' primary use is to kill. I reject your premise. A gun's primary use, in my opinion, is defense. Now, if you're talking about a thug in Chicago who football players really don't pay attention to, its primary use might be to kill. It ain't for me, and it ain't for our military. It's for defense. We don't punch somebody in the face, folks, unless they punch us first. And when we do, we knock them out. Sick of it. Can't stand it. You should be following me on Twitter, folks, at WizCheck6 to follow this debate. Why was it a really good session this morning? Because the right side of this chart, folks, to me, is fraught with risk. Well, Whiz, the trend is your friend, and you can't fight it down. You have to trade the market you want, not the one you have. Quack, quack, quack. I can spit all my stuff back out at me, folks, but I'm telling you, I have a lot of buddies in a 5-sided building in Washington that's really big, and guys and gals, if I can say that, out in the Pacific Command. And if I've trained some of these people to trade options over the past couple years, and they're telling me they are moving all to cash and getting long vol and SPY puts, what do you think you should do? When I go flying with my kids on a commercial airliner and it starts getting turbulent and stuff, they know to look at me, right? If I'm asleep and drooling, they know they're fine. Or if I look at them and shake my head like, don't worry about it, they're fine. Right, and they know if I reach over and tighten their lap belt, they know it's about to get bad. So I am trying to tighten my members' lap belts right now. I want to be wrong, folks. I don't like being wrong, but obviously I want to be wrong. I don't want to be right that something horrific might happen in October. I'd love to be at literally a month from now, folks, November 3rd and 4th, I'll be in Lake Tahoe for our next Mastermind Live conference. I'd love to be sitting in there going, wow, that was dumb. Well, it actually really wasn't dumb. Having an ejection seat for October with everything that's going on is only prudent. Okay, and like I told you, if the folks on the tip of the spear are starting to freak the hell out, I don't know why you're sitting there whistling past the graveyard. So we went this morning, I went from cautiously bullish. I mean, here's a breakout. Rip your face off rally, bounce off the 50-day, move sideways-ish, chop, pop. That's a breakout, folks. However, we are running a little bit out of airspeed. The S&P's up 2.5, Dow was up 50, 60 points. But something happened in the live trade brief today that we haven't seen in a while. We had 20% of the time, folks, this happens. 80% of the time when the market is up, the VIX goes down. But the 20% of the time that it doesn't, when I say this, market up, VIX up, something is up. Today, look at this. The S&P's up 2. The VIX is up nearly 2%. It was up 2.5% earlier in our live trade brief. Market up, VIX up, something is up. You know what the something that is up? This is a hold your nose rally. There's a lot of people believing that this market is playing musical chairs and they want to have a chair. They want to have a seat. If you're just sitting here bidding this market higher without hedging, you deserve everything bad that happens to you. And I mean that with the full weight of what I just said. This cracks me up. Steve Mnuchin, seriously, I'd even avoid, don't even take this question. Trump could have written a tax plan that said, every poor person in this country gets $1 quadrillion, and the Democrats and the liberals still would have said this tax plan is for the rich and not for the poor. It's Democrat talking point 101. They were written years ago, and they just trot it out every once in a while. Here's what makes me furious as a person who pays far more than the average person in taxes is this. Here's the word we used in Philly and Jersey for something like this, but if half of America pays 0 in federal income tax, but they still get money back, what do you call that? Now, a lot of people would say welfare or this or that. I call it a bribe. If you pay no taxes and you get money from the government, the government doesn't have money, folks. Do you understand this? It's a referee of money. All it does is blow a whistle and take some money from these people. They just redistribute it. Well, unless you're the Fed and then you print your own money. Longer discussion. But as a referee of money, folks, it makes me furious that I pay a shitload, some other people don't, yet they get money back. It's called a bribe, and we know which party that supports. But folks, this is tax reform. Hopefully we get it by the end of the year. I'm not holding my breath. Art Cashin, good dude. Met him once on the floor of the NYSE when I took a tour up there. Really good guy. Very, very smart guy. Picture's worth 1,000 words. There's the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and there's U.S. macroeconomic hard data. The no kidding consumer confidence numbers, PMIs, all sorts of macro data. Down here, Dow's up here. These two lines usually do this over here on the left. Look at the divergence here, folks. When, not if, these two lines intersect, it's going to be painful. I already did my political rant about Google, Apple, Facebook, all these limousine liberals who are now bending over backwards to provide data for the government, but couldn't unlock the San Bernardino terrorist killer's iPhone because of privacy concerns, right? Disgusting. Disgusting display of not patriotism by the techies, but now they're patriotic and let's turn over all the data on Russian-linked accounts to the government. But we won't unlock a terrorist iPhone to save American lives. Disgusting. So folks, Full Throttle starts tonight at 7 o'clock for my Full Throttle members. If you're in Options Weapons School, just give support a call or I send a link to your email. It's usually $495 for non-members, and we'll cut that down to $195 for existing members, okay? You can head to go.topgunoptions.com / FT-academics. So head there, FT Academic. Plural. Go.topgunoptions.com / FT-academic, and I'll see many of you tonight at 7 o'clock. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. And